Atabey, Atabey, Padre tierra,
The drum beat is low, breath steady. We begin this sacred space with truth, not illusion, with blood memory, not borrowed culture, with ancestors, not algorithms. I call you, the listener, who knows there is more, who hears the winds whisper differently, who sees the skies shift not just in clouds or weather, but code. Today, I speak to you not as a survivor, but a daughter of the earth, a high priestess who walks with the ancient ones and who remembers the water's first song. We are in a new, old world, one where the veil is now gone and the spirits can rise. And it is time to return to them, especially the Earth Mothers who shaped the bones of this world. Today we call upon Atabey, and we speak of how we must call them all, the old goddesses, the dark goddesses, the hidden ones, because what's ahead requires our ancestral armor, not aesthetics. And with that, I welcome you to Muse Goddess Temple. For the next few episodes, we will focus on our Earth Mothers. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so in these next few episodes, we're going to be discussing Earth Mothers because it's really vital right now that we are calling upon them. Let me shift this down just a little bit so I'm not so like up here. And so I want to start this as welcoming you to my Muse Goddess temple, my temple, where as a high priestess, I will be helping you unlock and open up the pathway that is there before you, because we each have our own pathways. So today we're going to discuss who is Atabey. Who is she? Let's see, do I have a document to put up that can show who she is? Let me see if I can share a pic with you guys real fast while I'm yapping. So this will be the Earth Mother of the Caribbean. And let's see. No, I do not have it up here. It's okay. I will show you. So many different books here. This is my baby, my puppy's paw print. This is Atabey. Don't mind this is my doggy's paw print. This is her. Our mother, the Caribbean mother. And Atabey, she is not just a name. She is our pulse. She is the primordial earth and water mother of the Tiano people, the indigenous people of the Caribbean, North America, along some parts of South America, and especially in the island of Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, Cuba, Jamaica. So she governs over fertility, sea, fresh waters, childbirth. This is why she was opened up for that birthing process. And super unapologetic at that. I love that. That's my favorite part. She's just like right there. I'm unapologetically birthing. Leave me alone. And so she's also the entity or energy of transformation, transmutation, and natural power. Natural as in of this earth. She is river and serpent. She is womb and storm. And she rises again because the earth needs her warriors, uh, her warrioresses to remember. She is waterfall and still lakes. She bursts life and can take it away when the balance is broken. Her shadow side brings hurricane, rough seas. So, in this timeline where ancestral lineages are beginning to be seriously threatened, and where the earth groans, and I think that's a proper term for this frequency shift, this elevated frequency. It's like she's, oh my gosh. It's like a groan under this human arrogance and where the mystical is, it's being politicized. Atabey stands as a guardian now and a guide. So why now? Why the rise of these forgotten goddesses? My cafecito, Puerto Rico, cafecito. Since coffee prices are so, oh my gosh, my hair's like crazy today. Um, Coffee prices are so high. I said, you know what? I'm gonna buy from the source. So I buy straight from Puerto Rico. Our society right now has made fatal, fatal mistakes step by step. It has replaced the goddesses of this earth with blood confirmation and have given institutions control. It has buried the feminine divine under this dogma and deception as if we are the root cause of all of it. And now we're starting to see that same system implode, powered by the best of nature. We are watching mass arrests, detainments, and in some areas of this planet, we are seeing the erasing of indigenous and immigrant lives under laws that are written without any spirit, any soul, anything energy that is worth it. The earth is beginning to react, and she is reacting alongside all of this chaos. She is reacting with floods, shaking, burning, volcano erupting, and it's not in chaos. It's in her way of cleansing. Mystics, witches, brujas, we're all being labeled as the enemy again. And our sacred rituals are being watched, mocked, and even in some places beginning to be criminalized. And I say that because I have sisters who have given upon themselves to become devotees of Santa Muerte. And as they come across these ridiculous borders, they're being chastised and saying, oh, well, because they're a follower or devotee of Santa Muerte, that they're automatically gang members. They're automatically cartel. Okay. When you have a book in your bag of Santa Muerte, of tarot, and of witchcraft and different witchcraft spell work books, or shall we say, with your spiritual candles, with your protection waters, with your oils, and they're looking through this stuff and they're going, oh, well, we've had a rise in this, and so that must mean that the cartels are paying them even more because they've done this. And this is where I'm like, you become criminalized over having your faith, your understanding of what has brought energy into your life. And this isn't fear talk. This is all real. You can look it up. You may not be seeing it on your mainstream medias. You may not be seeing it on your Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, For You pages, all that, because it's censored. They don't want you to know that it's happening. And so you have to ask yourself, what do we do? What do we do? It's simple. It is oh so simple. We invoke the ones they try to erase. They tried to erase Hecate. They tried to erase Atabey. They tried to erase Yimoya. They tried to erase Ishel, Oya, Lilith, um, Kontekil, Kontekil, Ki. I can never say that right. But um, Mawu, Kuan Yin. They've tried to suppress and erase all these. So what do? We invoke them because it's not only a time to work with the water, right? But it's also a time to work with the mother. And it is not time to work with any watered down archetypes, deities, pantheon, any of that. We need to be pulling out the big guns. It's time to walk with power. So, how do you work with Atabey? How do you invoke her? First, get a picture. Get a picture of her. Understand what she is representing. Feel the energy that she has. And so I have tons of altars all over my house, in different shapes, forms, deities, depending on who, what, and where in my home it is. Um, for Atabey, I have a water altar. And so what is a water altar? And this is how, for those of you that are actually becoming aware of Atabey, you're learning about her and you're starting to do that work with her. The first one is to build her a water altar because she is that water deity. And so you're going to offer her things like shells, spring water, salt water, um, things of like blue and green. Um, I wear this. Come on, come on. There we go. I wear this Layamar. Layamar is a great stone to have on your water altar. Comes from the Caribbean. River stones, if you're not near a ocean or the sea, river stones, creek stones, um, white flour, coconuts, um, plantain. Plantain's a good one you can add. If you are called to do it, you can add tobacco, but that's only if you're guided to do it. So you're going to place this altar specifically near a window or maybe even outside, facing east if possible. In my home, mine is in an area that's on the eastern side of my home, and it's closest to a water area, a water source. I have it near my faucet. And so you can do a daily invocation ritual where you're simply lighting a blue candle or a white candle. And I'm going to go over this till I'm blue in the face. When we are lighting our spiritual candles, I don't know who started this rumor, but you do not have to burn them for full 24 hours. Um, Most of the time, that is being done by um, ritual that will last that long. The 7-day candles, you're supposed to, some of the botanicas, um, you're supposed to burn them all 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Well, when you do that, you don't get 7 days. So it is literally from burning it from the like 6 a.m. till the end, right before you go to bed, and then extinguishing it, starting it over. Um, and this is why I carry the 7-day tea lights, 14 of them for one in the morning, one at night. Tea light. How long is a tea light gonna last, right? Okay. So you're gonna look for either blue or white, maybe saying words like what you heard in the beginning music, which is Madre Atabey, Madre del Agua, womb of earth, I return to you. Guide me with your flow. Shield me with your waters. Cleanse this space. Fortify my spirit. I walk with you. I fight for what is sacred. Ashe. Bereshones. Aho. I close my rituals honoring all of my ancestors because it's not just the one that is with me. The next thing you can do is spiritual baths. I have custom-made spiritual baths. So if you're looking to get a Atabey, a Hecate, a Lilith, any of those type of, I will formulate it and work it for you. Um, and an easy one, and I can give this away. You take coconut water, take some sea salt, basil, maybe river water if you have it, lake water. And what you're going to do is you're going to boil that for 10, 15 minutes, let it cool completely down. And then I want you to pour that tea into a bath or over you while you're showering. And the whole time, I want you to be invoking the goddess, thanking the goddess, calling for her protection, calling for her direction, calling for her healing, really working that spiritual bath. Another way that you can work with her is with dream work. And this is where she came to me for the first time. Keeping a dream journal will always be amazing. You will always be amazed by coming back to it when something presents itself and you go back and read what you wrote and you see the parallels and you see that you saw that. Um, One of the things I want to be careful with that I want to talk about also, and I've noticed a lot of this on the internet and the social medias, is people telling you to do mugwort tea or what was the other one I was thinking about? And we'll get into it later. But when you're working with mugwort, you want to really be careful because that can become toxic in your body and become bring on hallucinations that are not organic or not that connected. Mugwort is not one of those ayahuasca type herbs, okay? This can do a lot of damage to your liver. So when you're working with mugwort, you want to do it in the smallest doses possible because I also work with belladonna. And again, you're going to want to use the smallest amount possible. I notice if I use too much belladonna, I will get a horrible headache. Okay. So again, when you're working with it, you're just taking the smallest amount or using the smallest amounts. Um, so especially when you're trying to do dream work. Um, Ask for signs in your dreams. As you're falling into that and you're in that in between, ask for symbols. What do you need to know? Do you start, as you're doing this, you will start to see maybe you'll start to see snakes, maybe you'll start to see the waterfalls. Maybe you'll see crabs, turtles, storms, um, hurricanes, things like that. Maybe you will see those type of things, those symbols that will help you to understand that those are her symbols. So she's there with you. She is there to guide you. And so one of the big things that I really want to talk about is for my sisters that are of Tejano descent or of Caribbean heritage. You need to be calling on her because this is your blood. If not, approach with humility, not ownership. If she is not your blood, your tribe, humility, offerings, thanking, gratitude. She protects those who move with reverence. Please be mindful of that. So, right now, we are in spiritual warfare. I have been talking about this at length. And it's important to work with many deities during this time as more of a spiritual strategy instead of, oh, I like the way that sounds. You're using them, or not using them, you're calling to them and invoking them in order to have this protection, in order to have a spiritual strategy. So in this war, we don't just pray, we build alliances. This is why I said offerings. When you begin to work with Hecate for spiritual warfare, and you're going to want to use her for veil crossings. So work with Hecate for spiritual warfare and veil crossing. Call on Oya to sweep away injustice with her winds. Invoke Kotiki to devour illusions and resurrect what is real. Call to Yimaya. Pray to her to protect your waters, both physical and womb-based. Burn a candle for Lilith. And do it when you feel your voice is being silenced. Sing out loud to Bridget when you must alchemize pain into poetry. This is no longer about who you vibe with. Let me say that. This is no longer about who you vibe with. This is about spiritual survival, ancestral justice. And you guys know I'm all about the justice. Justice is my favorite card. And the universal rebalancing. So what is our path ahead? Well, let me back up. Another thing that you need to do when it comes to your spiritual strategy is to create a Pantheon council, your deity board, chair board, or board of directors, right? Use it however you see fit, but to create a Pantheon council. Let them walk with you. They're there to hear you. It's their charge. And it's just about us getting up and making sure that our strategy, who I'm going to use, like I said, you build your alliances. So the path ahead, protecting our magic and our bloodline. The system around us is not just failing, but it's becoming, I want to say, revealed to us. And what's coming that my other sisters and I all see, it is harder, but also a chance for the most sacred. So we must be prepared. Making sure you're fortifying your practices daily using obsidian, using, right? Black stone. There we go. Maybe using mirror magic to put a mirror in front of you to have whatever gets sent to you reflected back. Making sure you're using your eggshells, grind some eggshells, making sure your sigils are up, they're fresh, and veil magic. Yes. So fortify your protection. Keep your rituals secret, but potent. Know who it's safe to be in circle with. Your instincts and your intuitions are always correct. Don't second guess them. If you have children, teach your children their power. Don't bind them. Don't discourage them. It's time to build them up. The next generation must not forget. They have to remember. They have to be shown. Another thing is also to stop hiding your craft. It is time to cloak in strength, not in fear. And keep invoking the deities of justice. Kali, Hecate, Lilith, calling on the deities of fertility, Atabey, calling on the deities of storms. I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna mess up her her shadow side. And it's also time to invoke goddesses of revolution, Eshel. Atabey walks with us, and so do so many others. We feel them, we hear them. Some of us can see them. Your voice, your bloodlines, your spell work, those are all weapons in this war for truth. So, as I close this podcast out today, I want you to think of the mother, earth protector deities and begin to start working with them, calling them in, invoking them into your space so that we can let them call us radical. We can let them call us witches, and we can let them call us dangerous because we are. But also, we're the only ones who wish to have the truth unburied, no longer hidden, unveiled. And with that, Ashe, oh, to the spirits that rise with us, blessed be to the daughters of the storm. Aho, on the road we walk, braided by blood and sovereignty. Barashones to the water that remembers who we are. And if you need any oils, ancestral tools, shadow kits, protection work, visit me at Muse Goddess Botanica, where forgotten roots grow strong again. I see you, I walk with you, and I believe in you. Until next time, my beloveds, stay lit, stay ready. And remember, we were never meant to bow. Not ever. We were meant to rise. Until next time.